Hello everyone, welcome into your tarot reading that is divinely guided and channeled from your spirit guides, your higher self, your light teams, any energies and entities of light that are walking with you and assisting you on your current timeline and path in life. Today we are going to be exploring and diving into the next 3 to 6 months of your life and where you are on your journey now and where it is leading to over the course of up to 6 months. So we have 3 groups here, and I want to set the intention that these messages are going to serve your highest timeline of your greatest joy, good, and happiness. So for group number 1, we have the card number 3, Gemini, with cross-pollinate, and we have this crazy lace agate. And for group number 2, we have Taurus with cultivate and the citrine crystal. And for group number 3, we have the South Node card number 33 and the crystal of prehnite. So you can feel free to choose whichever cards and or crystals you are drawn to. And if at any time these messages resonate with you, feel free to subscribe, like, and or comment, and make sure that if you aren't subscribed yet and you do decide to do so, that you hit the bell notification so you can receive updates on all the future readings I will be sharing. Thank you very much. I want to say, just from the beginning, thank you for being here with me. Thank you for trusting me to deliver these messages from your light teams to you. And I'm very excited to dive in and see what is in store for you over the next 3 to 6 months. You will see me in your reading. Hello, group number 1. Thank you for being here with me for another tarot reading. If you are returning and if you're new, thank you for being here for your first time. I am Carissa, a clear conduit and channel for divine light, love, and messages. And today we're going to be exploring the next 3 to up to 6 months of your life and kind of what will be coming in for you. So you have initially chosen the card number 3, Gemini, with cross-pollinate, and these beautiful bees that are pollinating on these sunflowers. Actually, they look like marigolds, but for some reason sunflowers is what's come out, and also this yellow crazy lace agate. And so initially what I'm getting, we're going to cover this as I pull some cards, some tarot cards for you, but what I'm getting is that you are coming into this time of, I'm hearing interconnectedness and connections within your reality. So any kind of connections that you have been longing for, seeking, trying to build, trying to create, trying to bring into fruition in your life, those are going to be coming in for you. And I'm getting a lot of energy of community. So if you've been wanting to be a part of a certain kind of community or create a certain community, or just show up within a community in a certain way, there's this emphasis on the energy of Mercury, which is the planet that Gemini is ruled by, Mercury, which is a lot about communication and connections. It can be travel as well. So there may be, for some of you, actually traveling to this place. And so this could be a vacation, this could be for work, this could be any kind of situation where you're going somewhere new, and where you end up, you will be kind of finding this new, I'm hearing home. So a new sense of home within this community, within these connections with these people. So far we have the 3 of Cups, we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oh, there's actually 2 here, the 9 of Swords, the 4 of Wands, and the 6 of Pentacles reversed. So we'll see if that wants to stay reversed. But with the 3 of Cups is actually interesting because that is all about connections and collaborating and kind of sharing creativity, and also being creative within a group of people, within a community, with colleagues. So if you've been, I'm hearing, stifled in any way when it comes to connections, or with your colleagues, or with your friends, or your family, or any kind of group that would feel like either home, either family, or some sort of group of people or community that you want to be a part of. If you felt kind of stifled, like you haven't been able to become a part of this, or whether that be physically for whatever reason, or emotionally, energetically within yourself, you haven't been open. Well, open isn't the right word. You haven't felt up to being a part of the community. So maybe you've wanted to join, what's coming through is maybe you wanted to join like a this is just an example, but like a meditation group or something within your community, and you've kind of felt anxious about it. You've kind of felt, now we're moving into the Nine of Swords, you've kind of felt like anxiety about it. Maybe you've been in a state of depression with all of the cosmic energies that are at play. I see the sun coming, the sunrise coming out. So I'm seeing the sun coming up over the horizon for you. And then we move into the Four of Wands energy, which is all about this having been a period of time of kind of like recouping, regaining your energy. So all of that was not your true nature, feeling this holding back from, and whether this was on your part of your doing, or within the inner workings, the energies of the universe, it wasn't playing out for you. Maybe let's use the meditation group example. It's just an example, so apply this to your situation. Maybe it was like every time there was a meditation circle or group set up, like the dates never worked for when you could be there, or something, traffic prevented you from getting there, or something like that. Whether it was within your own self or within the inner workings of the universal forces of nature, I see that was just a period of time for you to recoup and kind of like integrate all of these cosmic rays and cosmic and solar rays that are coming from not only the sun but the universe itself. There's a lot of planetary alignments going on right now, and so if you haven't felt the shift yet, that is coming in very soon, as we're in Aries season, as we're in April. This message is timeless, but so if you find it at a different time other than April, that is definitely meant for you. But you were just meant to kind of heal and kind of grow and learn more about yourself, and like release a lot of dense energy before you, with the King of Cups, before you kind of moved into this community, before you made these connections, because now you can offer a higher, more, a version of yourself that has more like light within your energy field, rather than density or darkness or traumas or triggers or healing needing to be done. Now you can offer to this community a better, higher version of yourself. And so then we have the Six of Pentacles, which is a lot to do with like there being progress finally, and being in a kind of fulfilled, successful state of being. And there's also this underlying energy of like recognition. So you being recognized within this community for the divine light soul that you are. I'm hearing healer. So you may have some healing abilities, whether that be something that you want to embark upon, or it's just something that's within your frequency, within your energy field, with you being just present around people. So you'll have the ability to help others heal, whether that is something you take on as a role in the world, or it is something that you just embody within your soul. And then we have the King of Cups, which is very beautiful, because that is all about being stable in your emotions, being happy and fulfilled in your emotions. And that's having balanced emotions, being very diplomatic. So if this is for some people a community that you're creating, you're going to be in that, I'm hearing spiritual leader, that higher position, higher frequency, truly higher energy, to be able to bring these people together, to be able to attract these beautiful souls into your community, to be able to make these connections. And I'm being drawn to the Gemini cross-pollinate card. There's this energy of creativity. So through whatever way that you're looking to connect with this certain group of people or community, you're going to all be kind of flourishing and sharing your creative gifts and your creative abilities. And when I was meditating on your energy before I started your reading, and I connected in with your energy and your light team, your spirit guides, your angels, your higher self, I heard the song Soar by Christina Aguilera, Spread Your Wings and Soar. So that song, if you haven't heard it or you don't know it, is all about kind of like getting out of your comfort zone and putting yourself out there and just being your truest authentic self, which is a lot to do with what we have been presented with the cards here. So the last card that's come through is the Moon card. So this has been all about you kind of this period of time in the past where things kind of weren't working out. It was maybe slow or stagnant or stifled or blocked, or having all these things come up that were kind of in the way, preventing you from being a part of this community, whether that be internally or externally. This was all about you leaning into your intuition as well as your subconscious mind and kind of purging and releasing all of the traumas, the triggers, the societal expectations of who you should be, that you have picked up along your path of humanness. I'm hearing your path of being human and here on earth, because as we are children, we grow older into teenagers and then adults, we pick up all these expectations of who we should be and these ideas and these roles that are like forced and placed upon us on who we should be instead of what we want to be. So there's been this period of time of you kind of releasing that and letting it go and coming to terms with accepting who you truly are. So for some people, if like I'm getting that there's a lot of spiritual energy here, there's a lot of psychic energy. I also did pick up on some starseed energy. I've got my starseed deck we're going to dive into. There may be some sort of like, I'm getting and it doesn't have to be for everybody, but this is like an example that will kind of relate and make sense if you can relay this over to your situation. If you grew up in a religious family and you kind of want to explore the more spiritual route, where maybe you want to learn tarot reading, maybe you want to learn Reiki healing, maybe you just want to be in the spiritual community and work with herbs and work with crystals, and maybe this is viewed upon as kind of something quote unquote, you could say evil or darkness or whatever. You've kind of been in the mind of the subconscious where you're in your intuition guiding you through it, where you're really stripping away, I'm hearing stripping away the masks that, for example, we're using that example of religion, that maybe religion has placed upon you, maybe society has placed upon you, maybe your family has placed upon you, your friends, your job, your career, maybe the media has placed upon you. So you're kind of stripping that away and finding the light in who you are, and seeing that if you're interested in this spiritual route, or you're interested in this psychic route of maybe exploring your intuitive gifts, being in a community where you are all kind of there for the same purpose, for the same in harmony with the same kind of ideals and resonate with the same things, where you can kind of start, you were in the past, the stifled energy, you were able to strip away all of these false beliefs that were put upon you and then kind of see the light. I'm seeing that sun rising again, seeing the light within you and seeing these things in a different light, seeing these aspects of who you are in a different light. So if you've ever been shamed or been put down or been told you're crazy for your beliefs, for your gifts, for your intuition, your intuitive knowings, for any aspect of who you are, even your physical self, you have not been a part of this community you've been seeking and longing for, reaching out to, because you needed to heal those inner wounds, those inner child wounds, and maybe even teenager, young adult inner wounds, so that you could show up in this community as the highest version and in the highest vibration of who you truly are on a soul level. So I want to dive into this oracle deck that I have. It doesn't really have a name, but I like it because there's no guidebook. There's not really a name for it, which is kind of odd. But it's very left up to interpretation, and it's often very confirming. So let's see what, I was drawn to it when I was grabbing your decks. Let's see what wants to come through with this one. Okay. So lion, believe in your own power. Wow, that's very beautiful, definitely very confirming. So this is all about you believing in who you are. Like we've been saying, stripping away the false masks, the false beliefs, the false ideals of who you are, and stepping into this kind of courageous lion energy where you are not afraid to be who you are, but a lot of that is underlying. You are able to embody that in this underlying tone because you have done the inner work, you've done the inner healing. So now maybe in the past you wanted to be a part of this community, you wanted to do this certain thing, you wanted to be with these certain people, but you kind of had like mental or physical anxiety or depression. You'd maybe get the shakes and kind of feel like it's something that I want in my heart, but when it comes down to it, I get anxious, I get these physical symptoms, and it shows, it shows. So this form of stifled energy that we're talking about from the past has been all to, actually I want to switch these because this is more of the past energy, this is more of the future energy, current energy as well. It was all to help you release that. So like we said, so you can show up without these anxieties, so you can show up without these traumas and triggers kind of getting in the way of you making these divine connections. And so I did get an energy of soul family. So with that being said, I want to dive into the Pleiadian Oracle. And I'm being called to say that if you resonate with being a starseed, or if you're interested in starseeds and think maybe you could potentially be one, this would be a perfect channel for you if you are already not a part of the soul family. But two, you can call out to, you can communicate through telepathy, through just speaking in your mind, through outwardly speaking out loud, with your star family, which is your high divine light beings that reside within the spiritual world, the cosmos, the ethereal, more higher dimensions than is present and that we can see in our 3D reality here on Earth. So if you want to kind of start building a relationship with them and working with them more, they are encouraging you to do so, but only if you feel called to do so. So we have Star Royalty and Forgiveness. So I really love these two cards together for your reading, specifically group number 1, because with forgiveness, this is all about a lot of inner child healing. So what I get from this is like, these are your hands here, this is your inner child here, and you really leaning into the energy of healing and growing and learning about yourself and allowing your inner child to be heard, and allowing your inner, which is what you're doing through this community that you're walking into, this new reality that you're walking into. You're allowing your inner child to be expressed through your creativity and these connections that you have. And then there's this underlying theme as well with the whale here of communication, because whales are all about communication. They have this undeniable, potent, I'm hearing for some reason unforgivable, ability to communicate long distances with each other. So there's been this longing for you within your soul, within your heart, this longing for these people that will get you, that will understand you, that will love you unconditionally. And this is coming in for you over the next 3 to 6 months. As you've done this inner work, you've allowed your healing process to play out, you've allowed yourself patience and time and grace, and you're now in this stage of stepping into allowing your inner child to be seen and to be heard. And the Star Royalty card is all about what we were talking about right before we pulled these cards. It's about having these connections within your mind, within your heart, within your DNA strands of being a part of the cosmic family, the cosmic royalty. So this isn't about earthly royalty of riches and jewels and being on the golden throne. Though you hold that frequency and energy within you, this is about having ancient roots and having divine wisdom and knowledge of the cosmos, of the universe, of other galactic ways of life, of other planets, of other star systems, having these past life energies and memories of these other lives you've had on other planets and other star systems. So not only are you, okay, so there's a couple of things coming through. Not only are you diving into these new connections, this community, these creative pursuits with these new people, but they are a part of your past lives. So you may feel like when you meet these people that you may, if you haven't met anybody where you felt this connection yet, you are going to experience this now over the next 3 to 6 months. These new people coming in, this new community is going to feel very familiar. It's going to feel very home, like we said from the beginning, very much like home. And home on when it comes to like what your soul feels is home, not what your human mind and your human body feels is home. What your soul feels and your heart feels is home. So you may have the ability to connect through telepathy, where you meet and you kind of finish each other's sentences quickly, and you're like, how am I able to have such a strong connection with somebody that I just met? That's because you didn't just meet them, you've known them in other lifetimes. You've known them from other planets and other dimensions. And so it is now divine timing, I'm hearing, for you to meet again in this life and to carry on your divine mission through being together, allowing your energetic frequencies within your aura, within your heart, to mingle, to mend, or to merge. I guess it would be a mending of the soul. I'm getting like a soul surgery, a healing is what they're saying. A healing process, another layer to the healing process through you meeting these people and your energies intertwining and connecting, and a very familiar energy, a very harmonious, unconditionally loving friendship, familiar friendship coming in for you. So let's get a few cards to end your reading. It's very clear that you deserve these divine connections, community, friendships coming in for you. Not only because of your soul frequency and who you are and the kindness that's in your heart, but also because of the inner work and the forgiveness that's been going on within yourself, and the allowance of you letting yourself be you. So we have black hole death. So there has been this death and rebirth energy within you, this death of the old, which definitely resonates with what we've been talking about, this death of the old version of you, allowing those past conditioned thoughts, beliefs, feelings. This wanted to pop up, let's see what it is. Yeah, allowing those past societal, familial, religious even, I'm getting, beliefs and expectations and ways of being, ways of living to die out, and for this new reborn version of you to come into fruition and to be activated. It's like a reset after your kind of death of parts of your ego that were not serving you any longer, because the ego can help us, it can serve us, it can protect us, especially when we're children. But sometimes the habits, the beliefs, the thoughts, the thought patterns, the ways of living, of being that we develop as children as defense mechanisms within our ego as a form of protection, it serves us then, but then we get so used to it that we forget that that's not who we have to be. We can, as adults, we are free to be who we want to be and to be how we want to be and share ourselves with others. And so you've gone through that death, ego death, not full ego death, because we always need the ego to protect us in some ways. There will always be part of our ego, I believe, present while we are human on earth, because it's a part of being human, but there are facets of the ego that is encouraged to die off at certain parts of our lives. And so this is the destined time for you to have that ego death, have these realizations and epiphanies and recollections of past life memories. And you may be having what's coming to me is like, you may be having these experiences whether you're conscious or aware of what it means or not, where like, say you see a something on like the History Channel or some channel about like ancient Egypt, and you start to feel this calling, this it's like this pit in your heart, but a good pit where like you almost want to cry because you resonate so strongly with that era, that time era. Maybe you had a past life in that time era or a different era. It could be ancient Rome, could be any other time, Lemuria, Atlantis, another star system, but you're coming online, you're activating as you've reset your ways of thinking, your state of being. You've gone through this healing process and reset yourself. Now you're activating the next phase of your life. You're activating new, remembered gifts, remembered abilities, remembered past life memories, remembered connections from other lives. So let's get maybe one more card. Reiki self-healing. Okay, so that's a beautiful card to end your reading. So this has been a process of self-healing. So maybe, like we did mention, you may be going and wanting to explore the field of Reiki, and that's totally confirmation for you if so, but not everybody is going to be in that category because this is a general collective reading. So you have the ability for self-healing, and you're conscious of this now. You have the ability to realize that traits, habits, conditions that you've picked up along the way of being just alive here on earth don't have to stay with you. You have the ability to release them and to let them go and to heal from them. And so not only can you heal yourself from these conditions, but you can help heal others, whether that be you taking on a role as a healer in the collective, or that be just your presence in a community, in a friendship group, in a family. But what is really coming in for you to keep in mind over the next 3 to 6 months is home, a feeling of homecoming, a feeling of belonging within, not only with other people that are going to be coming into your life, or maybe you going toward, but also this homecoming, this feeling of home within yourself, and feeling pulled back to the King of Cups, feeling very balanced, not having these anxiety spells I'm hearing, like, come on, where like you may have felt like, oh, I'm good, like I'm fine, and then you have this anxiety pop up and you're like, why am I still feeling this? Like, I feel like I've worked through this. Well, now you're at a point where you have worked through it, you have healed, and now you're in this like high vibration of being balanced and being also empathetic to the ones around you, empathetic to yourself as well, and being like this spiritual leader, or just and that doesn't have to be a role that you take on in the world. That can be just within your frequency, but you do have this diplomatic kind of calm, strong energy within you. And so that is what you're stepping into over the next 3 to 6 months, is this homecoming within yourself, as well as with the people around you, being able to be around people and to feel comfortable and to feel like yourself and to feel at ease. So what you are doing, group number 1, is a very beautiful act. It is something that is very treasured by myself. I appreciate you being here and staying strong and taking on this role when times weren't easy, staying true to yourself and finding yourself, rediscovering who it is that you are and who you want to be in this lifetime. So thank you very much for being here, not only in this reading, but being here on Earth. And just know you are raising the vibration of Mother Gaia as well as humanity. All of the beautiful people on this planet, you are helping to raise the consciousness, the vibration, so that everybody can be in a lighter state of mind, of being, of feeling, and be more up to living their dream life and being their truest, authentic, most genuine self, and being able to share that with the world. And so through you doing it, you're allowing others to do it, because that is the energy that you hold. And so it kind of like spreads out to the people that you encounter. If you're at the store, the gas station, like the farmer's market, wherever you go, it's like your essence of being your authentic self and being grounded and stable in that spreads out into the collective wherever you go. So thank you very much for everything that you're doing. You have a very beautiful, vibrant, magnetic energy, and I'm very grateful to have you here at this reading. So thank you very much. I am Carissa. This is Cosmic Connections, and you will see me in the next one. Goodbye. Hello, group number 2. Welcome into your reading. Thank you so much for being here for another reading if you are returning, and thank you for being here if this is your first time. So today we're going to be diving into and exploring the next 3 to 6 months of your life. And you have chosen the number 2 Taurus Cultivate card as well as the citrine crystal. And what I am getting from this, what I actually heard when I was meditating on your energy, connecting in with your light team, is that this message, this reading is your permission to rest, but also create. So there's kind of 2 energies going on here. Some of you are kind of moving into, over the next 3 to 6 months of your life, into this era, this time frame of embracing like a healing period, embracing a rest period, just allowing yourself to be, giving yourself permission to not have to do so much, to not have to be so much, to not have to take on so much responsibility. And now the other half of you, there's this energy where what ideas were sparked within you during the eclipse season. So let's generalize this as March and into April. Any creative sparks or ideas, intuitive downloads for projects, for creations, anything you want to bring into fruition as a manifestation that came to you during this period of time, March 2025, or if this message is timeless, so if you come across this at a different time than over the past month or two, any ideas that have come through to you, it is now time for you to integrate them into your reality. And what I mean by that is to take the steps moving forward that is necessary for you to be able to experience these ideas, these creations in your reality. So as I pull some tarot cards to dive into this deeper, we're going to just kind of talk together as I pull some cards. But with your crystal of citrine, what I usually get from that card is an energy of like shining your light. But what I'm getting is, and this ties into your Taurus Cultivate card as well, is like you letting the light shine onto you, letting the inspiration come to you, letting, if it's the healing aspect, the other part that we talked about in the beginning, letting the divine light codes, the divine frequency, the actual sun itself to heal you. So to either heal you, to let you rest, to let you integrate all these new energies being presented upon the earth from the sun and from the cosmos, as well as, if it's the other half, inspirations, ideas, creative pursuits. Maybe you want to start a new business. I'm getting with the Ace of Pentacles. Maybe you want to start something new that will bring financial prosperity, financial gain into your life. And if it's not that, this is going to be very much of a like one half and then another half, because there's 2 different energies coming to this reading. So with the Ace of Pentacles, what I'm getting is a new business, a new creative pursuit that can bring in financial stability, financial abundance, something new that you can make money from, a side gig, something you're doing, you know, after work, part-time. If it's not that, a balance of your physical being. So a balance of healing in your life. So a new chapter where you're allowing the inner workings of the cosmos to help you heal and to release and to purge. And then we've got the 6 of Cups. So with the creative aspect of this, the financial aspect of this, new business, new pursuit, new hobby, this is something coming from your inner child, coming from your soul, coming from your higher self, that's going to bring you a lot of joy and feel very nostalgic and get you out of this 4 of Swords energy where you kind of feel like kind of blocked or kind of like tense in your energy, or not feeling like you're in alignment with your soul's truest path. And so if this is the healing aspect, this is very interesting because I'm kind of having to go, it's like putting 2 different card groups into one card. I'm having to explain one half, having to explain another half of the energies present. So if not the, we're going to call it the creative side, then the allowing your inner child to be nurtured, allowing yourself. I'm seeing you taking like luxurious bubble baths. I'm seeing you reading. I'm seeing you doing puzzles, resting, coloring, just doing things that are tending to your inner child, tending to your soul, rather than work, 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 go, 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 clean, cook, take, all these responsibilities. I'm seeing you kind of playing more in your energy, getting out of this stuck, uptight kind of mental energy, and moving into the flow of the inner child and allowing yourself rest, allowing yourself to imagine. I'm getting with the Two of Wands. So allowing you to, when it comes to the creative aspect of where you're starting something new, or that could bring in some financial abundance, some stability when it comes to money. You kind of like, this is a period of time with the Taurus energy where you may not see the results of this during the next 3 to 6 months, but you're planting the seeds, you're tending to the garden, you're expanding, you're exploring the possibilities of how to bring this into fruition, how to, I'm hearing how to monetize this. So however you can bring in abundance, bring in financial stability from whatever this idea is that you had that sparked over the past month. Whenever you come across this, specifically if you're finding this video when it is posted during the eclipse season that we just had occur. And if it's not the creative aspect, then this is a period of time for you to really be in this energy of contemplation and kind of just stillness, and allowing yourself to grow, allowing yourself to release, allowing yourself to heal. And as you do that, you move into this Knight of Wands energy where you have more literal life force chi energy within you. You have more inspiration, more passion moving forward. And if it is the creative aspect, then you are definitely moving through this period. Keep in mind to take care of yourself and to take steps, not too carefully, but very consciously, and very stable steps moving forward. But you're also very passionate and excited about this project. And then we have, very interestingly, the World card. So if it is this project that you're potentially going to be able to bring financial abundance or stability into your life through it, it's something that you're going to be sharing with the world. And it is something that is kind of big, because it's this energy of completion, like cycles completing and being done with one chapter of your life and accomplishing something very grand. And so this obviously relates to the healing aspect of this reading as well. It's like going through this next 3 to 6 months of healing to be able to move into the next stage of your life, which is going to be more freeing, I'm hearing, more abundant, more loving, more less treachery, I'm hearing. So less of like trudging through the mud, that kind of energy of feeling like healing and healing and healing, and like having to release and purge. It'll be like, if you go through that now, you will have more abundance and a more freedom and more fun in your life. And if that's not the aspect of healing, then as you take all these steps over the next 3 to 6 months to bring in this creation into reality, into fruition, into being able to monetize from it, or have abundance or have stability in your life in any kind of form through it, the end result is the World card. So that's a very beautiful card to have at the end, because that means that every step you take over the next 3 to 6 months is leading you into this energy of completion, of being able to share it with the world, or share it with the ones around you, or be able to attract in the abundance that you're looking for, or the prosperity or the stability that you're looking for, in whatever form that is, because Taurus has this energy of slow but steady. So you're being encouraged. This is very high divine guidance for you to know that you may want to be in the Knight of Pentacles energy. You may want to make this happen and bring it into fruition, and you want it tomorrow. But if you take the steps slow and steady, I keep getting the energy of the tortoise, of the turtle. Not that it's going to take you forever to get it, but that if you have that energy of patience and stability and being conscious of what you're doing, instead of doing things out of feeling like you have to do them, if you do them because you feel like you're inspired to do it, you're passionate to do it, but also keeping in mind rest, also keeping in mind taking care of yourself and not forcing things, that's how you're building the very strong foundation that is necessary to get you into this World card of things coming into completion, things coming into fruition for you, and you kind of like displaying it to the world like this garland whatever this is, ivy garland that she's holding. She's kind of like displaying it, and she's very proud, and she's very grateful, and she's very in alignment with her inner child, with her higher self. And so if you are smart and patient and conscious, let's say, about the steps that you take, this will be a very positive outcome for you. But if you full-fledged move into this with this never resting, never tending to yourself, never slowing down and enjoying the roses, smelling the roses, enjoying nature kind of energy, if you don't do that, then there could be burnout, there could be steps that you missed that are important that could, I'm hearing, set you up for failure. So there's this heavy emphasis on success, but not forcing it, not pushing it, allowing each step to play out. Say you want to start a business, or say you want to start like a YouTube channel, or say you want to start some sort of creative project. It's going to be important for each step to be checked off your list, like title of your business, business plan, business insurance, all of the things you're going to create or the services you're going to provide. Like it's step by step by step is what I'm getting. Slow and steady wins the race, I'm hearing. So it's not to discourage you that it's going to take a long time. That's not the energy, but it's about you enjoying the process and allowing, with the citrine energy, I'm really getting allowing the sun to shine down on you, allowing yourself to heal if you're in that aspect of, if you're in that category of this reading, allowing yourself to heal, allowing yourself the grace and the space and the time to heal, and to just be okay with that, because everybody goes through healing periods, and the less that you fight it, the more you embrace it and you allow it and you give yourself the space and the time to heal, the easier and the quicker that it will assimilate, it will integrate into yourself, and that you will be able to release. Now, if this is the business, the project, the financial stability, the more that you enjoy what you do, when you have the light shining down on you as inspiration, and you won't miss any steps, you won't miss any divine guidance or downloads or inspiration that is coming from God, source, creator, your spirit guides, whatever higher power you believe in, angels, higher self, inner child. If you're in a too fast-paced energy like the Knight of Wands, you may miss something that is crucial, a step that is crucial, or a part that is crucial to what you're creating or what it is you're longing for. So I was called to get the Messages of the Mermaids card. So this is often a deck that is a lot about healing. So since we do have half of you here and it has to do with your healing process, let's dive into this and see what wants to come through. And if you are not on the aspect of healing and it's more about the creation and the financial stability, then if this applies, it is meant for you. If it doesn't, it's very interesting. This group is like two groups in one. So, and then I'm feeling this one as well. So we have light and gentleness. So this is confirmation actually for both groups. So no need to disregard this portion if you are more in the creative aspect of this reading. I've never had a reading where it's like two groups in one, so bear with me, but you're allowing the light in, you're allowing the light to heal you. There are a lot, if you aren't aware, if you're finding yourself very exhausted and or passionate, like you have all these ideas but you're tired, just know that there are a lot of solar flares, there's a lot of solar activity and energy going on. And when the sun releases these bursts of divine light and it finally travels to earth and penetrates our energy fields, our frequency, it can cause a lot of fatigue and tired energy, because it's such a high vibration coming at us. And if we have any density, we have any traumas or triggers that need to be healed, it can cause us those to kind of surface and bubble up and kind of be inflamed, and that can cause a lot of fatigue, a lot of mental tiredness, a lot of physical tiredness. So you're being encouraged to be gentle with yourself, to just keep this in mind. Maybe that information in itself is an activation for you, or just a divine wisdom for you to know, okay, like there's something wrong with me. I just, need to be gentle with myself. Also for the half that is the creative aspect, the business aspect, whichever, you are getting all of these ideas and inspirations from the divine God source creator. This is confirmation that it is coming from the light, it is coming from your soul. And so no matter how long it takes to bring into fruition, to see results from, to create, it is of a high vibration. It is essentially a part of him hearing your destiny. So big or small, it doesn't matter, because all steps lead to essentially our highest timeline of our greatest destiny. So just be gentle with yourself during this period of time. So just if you feel inspired, you feel that Knight of Wands, fiery, passionate energy, go for it and take action, take inspired action. But if you feel tired and you don't feel very inspired or encouraged or just up to the task, then just rest if you can. Just meditate, just take some time for yourself, have a coffee, go watch a funny show, just do something to nurture yourself, to recoup your energy. So there's a lot of inner child energy here, and because of that, I want to dive into the inner child oracle and see what wants to come through. Even though these groups are slightly very different, they are intertwined. So definitely messages coming through for both sides of the coin when it comes to this reading. So from your inner child, the collective of group number 2. Okay, I saw this one first, if I can get it out. Feels like it's 2 cards, it's just one. And then this one. So my vision and enthusiasm are uplifting. Very beautiful inspiration. So this is not only confirmation that what we've just said is coming from the divine, but also confirmation that you are allowing yourself to take action when it feels enthusiastic and it feels uplifting. When your vision, when your inspiration, when your idea, when your creative pursuit you feel like that Knight of Wands, you want to get up and run and be excited to go do whatever this thing is, and you have the life force, you have the energy to do so. If this is the aspect of healing, this is leading you toward a higher timeline. So just, it might not be the most exciting thing to hear, like the next 3 to 6 months of your life are going to be a lot of healing, but it's probably beneficial for you to know it. And so that's why your guides are bringing this forth for you, so that maybe during this period of time you don't feel like stuck, or you don't feel like nothing is happening for you. Just know that a lot of great things that we attract or create in our reality come from first a period of major healing and major releasing and major purging and growth. So for this to experience a happy timeline and exciting, joyful events happening in your life, it is necessary at this point in time for you to go through this healing. And it doesn't mean that every single day from for your next 3 to 6 months, it doesn't mean every single day is going to be healing and terrible. There's going to be joyful times, there's going to be excitement and stuff, but it's just an underlying common theme for you that you are going to be, maybe going through a little bit of a heavier time of healing. So just be patient with yourself. Knowing that and keeping it in mind is going to help you moving forward to not be so hard on yourself and to be more gentle with yourself. I am a bright and blossoming being. Natural connection. Very beautiful. I've never pulled this one in a reading yet. So this is very tied to both groups. One with the creative aspect. This is kind of like you presenting your, over the next 3 months, at the end of that time, could be 3 months, could be 6 months, presenting your project, your creation, your business, your idea, whatever it is, presenting it to others. So there is this theme where with natural connection, like you're seeking, or if not seeking, it's just going to naturally happen, divine connections and connection in general, through whatever this is. I am a bright and blossoming being. So you will blossom, you will open up, you will expand who you are, expand your soul more into who you are in the human form, if that makes sense. So you will embody more of your soul, learn to embody more of your soul in your inner child and your higher self over the next 3 to 6 months. And then you will be so proud and excited to share this, whatever this is that you're creating or bringing into fruition or manifesting, share this with the world. Now, if this is the healing aspect, this is about kind of like the same energy. It's like at the end, you are feeling, at the end of this 3 to 6 months, you're feeling, I am a bright and blossoming being. You're feeling more uplifted. You're feeling lighter. You're feeling like you opened up I'm seeing your heart chakra opening up like a lotus flower blossoming and blooming. And that's because of all of the period of time, like we said, that is necessary, these 3 to 6 months being necessary for you to step into this new reality at the end of it, where you're more connected to your soul, more in tune with your higher self, more open and free, and not having so much density in your energy, not having so much like expectations that you've picked up along your path, or rules placed upon you about who you should be or what you should be doing with your life. It's like you're more free. I'm seeing you running through a flowering field and just like spinning in circles and being a lot more free in your energy. So this period of time is opening up your field, your auric energy, to a period of more freedom in the end. So let's do a couple cards from my deck, and then maybe we'll end with one angel card, one message from your angels. So we're going to set the intention that these either serve as confirmation, inspiration, loving encouragement, or synchronicities to look out for, whether that be in nature or just in your day-to-day life. This is a nature deck. So with that in mind, what wants to come through for group number 2? And I'm hearing for the half of you that are like in the healing, and actually, you know what? This is actually coming through for both of you. For the half of you that are in the healing energy, hang in there, okay? Because that might not be, like I said, the most exciting thing to come through. Even especially if you've already been going through a period of healing, but hang in there, because the healing period does end. I mean, I have experienced times where it was like 2 years, so I'm not saying it's gonna be 2 years, but I'm just saying, like, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Now, for the half of you that are creating something, bringing something into fruition, having divine inspiration, ideas, pursuits, you are definitely moving toward success, I'm hearing. So hang in there. Take all the necessary steps. Yep, meditate, reflect. This is all about the energy of being at peace, finding stillness, finding beauty in the stillness, finding beauty in being the sunflower that is just basking in the sun, rather than having to feel like you have to grow or create or whatever. It's just about being in this peaceful, meditative reflection energy and being okay with that. So 3 to 6 months, it is a gap of time. It could be just 3 months for you. It could be just 6 months for you. But if you're creating something and you're on that more business aspect, looking to bring in some sort of monetization through something you love doing, just hang in there and be patient, okay? Don't force it. There's a heavy emphasis on you not forcing this, so that you can bring it into your reality with love, with care, with grounding, and with in a stable sense, so that the foundation of it does not shake or break. So we've got the swan, number 78, with grace, inner beauty. So you're just being encouraged at this time to just kind of really, this ties into the meditate, reflect energy, really hone that inner grace, that inner stillness, that inner beauty that's in your soul, and to get in touch with that, which is a lot tied into your inner child and your higher self. And then start really embodying that, start really being that version of you that is graceful and the very innocent, childlike, beautiful, creative part of who you are. And this is for both groups. And then we have, to end your reading, actually no, we are going to do one angel card, but to end the nature aspect of your reading, the ladybug with number 46, positive energy. So just an underlying theme. I'm seeing this card, these going hand in hand, to just, lean towards the positive, not toxic positive, but just lean towards more positive thoughts. If you start feeling like, this healing is too much, or this project is taking too much time, just lean into the positive energy. Also knowing that it is a pure, positive, divine energy that is inspiring you through this healing, that is inspiring you through these creations and these ideas. So don't give up on those things if it feels tough, because one day could be difficult, one day could be easy, one day could be harder, so just don't let a difficult day dim your light, I'm hearing. So now to end your reading, let's do one card from your angels and see what wants to come through to send you off on your next 3 to 6 months. So from your angels for group number 2, I feel like this one, I'm actually also feeling this one. So we have believe in yourself and follow your dreams. So, like I was just saying, if a day is tough, if you want to give up, if whatever, you start having doubts, someone doubts you in the external, maybe it's not only internal, maybe there's external. Believe in yourself and follow your dreams, and know that if you are inspired, if you are excited about this thing, no matter who says what, no matter what surfaces within you, if a doubt or fear or anxiety surfaces within you during this period of time, whether this is the healing, whether this is the project, know that all that is asking to be done, why that is surfacing and what it is asking for, is for you to acknowledge it, send it love, realize it isn't divine truth, it isn't your true nature, it isn't your higher self, your inner child, because your higher self, your inner child, would never doubt your dreams. So it's a part of you that has some sort of conditioning or societal expectation that has been placed upon you that is asking for love so that it can be released. So we're called back into this gentle energy, called back to this grace, inner beauty, and this meditate, reflect energy, to be patient with yourself, to be understanding and be like, okay, I'm having this anxiety, I'm having this doubt, I'm having this fear. It isn't true. It's something I've picked up along the way on my journey, on my path. And I just knowing that, just acknowledging that, and then letting it go and like doing something. Like I said, go do something. If you're not feeling good, go do something that is meditative. Go color, go take a walk, go exercise, go watch a funny show. Like anything that is going to make you feel better, or just not have you being focused on that trigger. You know, it will just not distract you, but kind of shift your attention. Do that, and then it will allow you to release that because you're not giving in to that trigger or trauma. And then we have gratitude. Pray for what you need, but be grateful for what you have already received. So yeah, there was this underlying energy. I believe I said something about gratitude at some point in this reading. Gratitude is going to be your best friend, I'm hearing. So you may not have a lot. You may feel you don't have a lot. You may feel you don't have a lot to be grateful for, but there's got to be at least one thing in your life that is good, that you are grateful for. You would be sad to not have in your life. So focus on what is working, what you do have, and more will come to you. There's also this energy of whether it be project, whether it be healing. Ask for assistance from your angels, because if you haven't done so already, they cannot assist you if you do not give them permission, because you have free will. So just ask for their help. If this is healing, you can ask for them to come in and surround you while you're sleeping and help you kind of heal these energies. Kind of like their assistance will help this be more happen and occur with more ease and more gentleness. If this is a project and maybe you're stumped on a certain step of how to move forward, or an inspiration or an idea, ask for your angels to come in while you're meditating or while you're in your creative zone or whatever it is, and to just allow them to bring you the divine inspiration that you are seeking to move forward on your journey in your next step of whatever it is you're bringing to fruition. So I am very excited for you. I'm wishing you the very best. Just remember to hang in there and that you've got this. And it is a process, but in the end, you have the light shining on you. You have the beautiful divine light of the cosmos, of the sun, of the creator, as well as these beautiful sunflowers here. These actually look like marigolds too. Oh, they are, because yeah, they're dandelions. How interesting, because that is where was that at? That was somewhere else in here, wasn't it? Was it this one? No, it's somewhere in here. But yeah, there was another marigold energy in here. And so I'm hearing make a wish. Make a wish and set your intention as well with the dandelion marigold energy. Set your intention towards the light, toward your higher self, toward the inspiration and the healing that you are seeking, and it will come in for you. I am Carissa. This is Cosmic Connections, and you will see me in the next one. Goodbye. Hello, group number 3. Thank you so much for being here and welcome to your reading where we're going to explore and dive into the next 3 to up to 6 months of your life with the current timeline that you are on. So you have obviously chosen number 33 with the South Node past card and the Crystal Pre-Night. And I feel like there are kind of 2 different groups of people that will be drawn into this reading, and this happened with group 2 as well, which is the first time this ever happened where I kind of was telling like a story or diving into the energies of 2 different groups instead of just one specific group. So keep that in mind as we move forward with your reading. The South Node energy is a lot about, it says past, obviously, so this is a lot about what you bring into this current lifetime from your past lifetimes. So these can be past life gifts, these can be addictions, these can be issues that you kind of never fully, quote unquote, mastered, karmic lessons that you came here to experience soul growth from, and or wisdoms and knowledge that you obtained in a past life and you carry with you in your soul's DNA, in the essence of who you are on a soul level in your heart. So what I'm getting from this group number 3, is that half of you are going to be, over the course of the next 3 to 6 months, kind of exploring, discovering, activating these past life gifts. These can be psychic gifts, these can be creative gifts, these can be intuitive knowings or wisdoms or knowledge like we spoke of. But for half of you, this is going to be like an activating and activation, a period of activation, I guess is what's coming through, where you're kind of unlocking and unmasking all of these qualities that your soul holds in its essence that you have already experienced in another life. So you may notice that some things that pop up for you, that occur, that come through as downloads, or gifts or talents or abilities, are kind of effortless and natural, or you pick them up quickly, or you learn them very easily, and it's kind of like, how did I know that, or how did I like do that, when it takes other people months or years to learn how to do that, and I learned it in maybe a couple weeks or a couple days or a month or something like that. The other half of you, if that doesn't necessarily resonate, what I'm getting is over the next 3 to 6 months is that you're going to be having a lot of, I want to say this lovingly and lightly and kindly, but you may be experiencing a lot of karmic lessons or healings, or I'm getting like an image of wrapping things up. So wrapping up a present, wrapping up an item. You're checking out at a register and they're wrapping everything up in gift wrap. So it's like wrapping up these last karmic cycles or lessons that your soul, on a soul level, you are desiring to complete. Being drawn to the World card. Completion, cycles ending. But maybe in your mind, in the humanness of who you are, the ego, you may hear this and be like, oh my gosh, like I've already been on this journey for so long, I don't want to, endure this any longer. Or maybe you haven't been on that journey for a while, but it just sounds like that doesn't sound very fun, or that sounds kind of boring, like I don't want to go through healings and lessons. But essentially, and this is bringing me back to group 2 as well, so if you were torn between the 2, drawn to both of them, that's just confirmation that it may help you, it may assist you. If you watch group number 2, don't have to, trust your own intuition. But you essentially, when you go through these karmic lessons and healings, it really it is beneficial for you in the long run. So we'll dive into that more, but it is beneficial for you on a human level, on a soul level, on in your state of consciousness, within your vibration. It allows you to attract in much more aligned opportunities and situations and circumstances within your reality. So because there are 2 different kind of halves of this group number 3, let's dive into the tarot cards and see what wants to come through. We're going to kind of just keep this open-ended to both sides of the coin and see what it is that your light team, your spirit guides, your angels, your higher self is wanting you to know about these next 3 to 6 months, with keeping in mind everything that we have already mentioned. Okay, so we have the 10 of Cups. It is reversed. We will feel into that and ask your light team if they... Oh, that was really weird. I'm hearing no on this one. That was weird how that popped up. We'll see if they want these reversed. So we've got the Hermit reversed. Okay. So with how, like... We do have 2 cards that obviously came up, but they are kind of slow to come out. Of course, as I said that. 9 of Swords reversed. I'm feeling for like that half of you that is going to be experiencing some lessons and blessings. Let's put it like that in a later term. You may have noticed, or maybe noticing up over these 3 to 6 months, that things are a little, I'm hearing in the works. So I was gonna say slow to move, but it's actually, that's kind of a unfavorable way to phrase it, I guess. So then they told me in the works. So it's like all this healing and lessons and learning and knowledge and wisdom that you're learning from these cycles, whether they be karmic or not, it is to serve your highest timeline. So it's all like whatever you would want your life to look like at the end of learning this knowledge or healing, it is in the works of getting to that higher timeline. And now for the group of people that are going to be activating past life gifts, or wisdom or knowledge. Okay, we just had one fly out. And it is 3 of Wands, which goes hand in hand with what I was about to say. It's like you creating this new reality and this new version of yourself moving forward. So bear with me as I kind of go back and forth between the one half and the other half of this group. It's interesting that this happened in group number 2 as well. I've never really had a reading be so. It's almost like this could have been 2 different cards, like 2 different initial cards, but we're throwing it all into one, I guess. So you're creating this new reality for yourself, and essentially both groups are doing that in the long run, you know, creating a new version of who you are through going through these cycles and releasing patterns. But on the other hand, for the group that is going to be learning, discovering and activating these gifts, whether they be psychic, whether they be creative, whether they be artistic, whether they be intuitive, you know, whatever it is, you're creating this new version of yourself, and it's like you're getting to see and discover this new version of who you are, but also who you have been before in other lifetimes. So we've got a few cards here. Let's just touch base on all of these. So the 9 of Wands, I really like this card because it is indicative of what we're talking about. It's like you taking the steps, moving up each step, moving toward your North Star. So it's like what is going on for you, both groups, is that you're moving out of the South Node energy of kind of having to deal with karma and kind of having to go through all these lessons and having to experience repeating cycles or people that are very similar, like maybe in love relationship or in friendships or in the work environment. It's like constantly encountering people that remind you of someone from the past, that it really doesn't serve you, and it doesn't end well, or however. You're moving toward your North Star. So through the period of this 3 to 6 months, you're moving out of this energy of karma and dealing with all this, you know, learning the lessons, completing the cycle so that you don't have to keep going through these cycles. Moving towards the North Star, which is like your destiny, what you came here on Earth to embark upon, to experience, to embody, to be. And so we have the 10 of Cups reversed. And so what I'm getting with this is actually like to keep it reversed, but also upright. So 10 of Cups is all about emotional fulfillment and kind of like being very content and very happy with what you have and who you are and everything around you and your life in general. So you may feel at this current time that maybe you don't necessarily feel content or happy with how things are, but you're moving into this era over the course of the next 3 to 6 months as you release and you heal and you learn and you grow and adapt these gifts that you have they're just like, I'm seeing like in the sparks of your DNA. I'm seeing sparks in your DNA, and like activating and sparking and this beautiful divine light like within you, like sparking within each cell of your DNA, and all of these things that you've done in past lives coming through and coming online and waking up. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're going to really be stepping out of the hermit mode, like stepping out of what I'm getting from this is like a lot of healing, a lot of growth, a lot of stagnation, maybe even for some of you, a lot of not even wanting to be around people, maybe for some of you. But I'm getting that you're definitely going to be moving out of that era and moving into more of an era, because this did come upright. So where you're kind of more open to being around people. And it's interesting because I'm trying to decipher if they're wanting this upright or reversed. I think they actually are wanting this upright. So you're, instead of wanting to be isolated and be away from people and or things not working out and kind of having to just go through these healing periods, it's like you're stepping out of that and kind of trusting your intuition through this process, trusting your inner guidance to lead the way, your third eye to lead the way. And then we have the 9 of Swords reversed. So this is kind of like your fears, your karma, like we talked about, the trauma, all of this kind of coming to a close, coming to an end. And I believe in this card that they're sailing away. Or I guess not. I was definitely getting that energy though of like sailing away from this. So, and moving toward the sun, because you see, as this is upright, you see the sunflower is like dying, and it's like very symbolic of death. So there may be some ego deaths, there may be some parts of you that you let go of, but that is all to move away and sail away and towards the sun, toward your higher self, toward who you truly are on a soul level, to embody your higher self more and more, rather than these ego traits that you may have picked up along the way of being human. So let's maybe do, actually, you know what, I think we're good on tarot. Let's dive into the Pleiadian Oracle for the ones that are going to be activating some new gifts, because I feel like I have said that a lot, but what is that going to look like? What is that going to be? Are you going to learn, or not even learn, are you going to unlock telepathy, where you kind of like understand, you start finishing people's sentences. Maybe you have people in your life that you can kind of communicate through the mind instead of having to use words, or communicate through the body language. Or are you going to be unlocking like a deep sense of empathy, where you can really empathize with people and help people to feel understood? Or are you going to learn maybe even to read tarot, or to be able to channel? What are these gifts going to look like? So we have forgiveness, and this actually came up in group 2 as well, which is very interesting. And then mothership. So for some of you, you're going to be activating these healing gifts, these abilities to help people heal, whether that be through Reiki, whether that be through just being a open ear, a loving heart to kind of speak with, and someone to lean on, whether that be just your presence as you walk about your life and you enjoy all of the things that you go through in life, like just simply going to the store, simply going to visit a family member. Like your presence is going to be very healing. For some of you, with the mothership card, you're going to be activating, and it makes sense with all of the cosmic energies that are at play right now, you're going to be activating your galactic roots, is what I'm hearing. So connections to the stars, connections to your star family, connections to beings of light from other planets, from other star systems. So being able to either communicate with them telepathically, maybe automatic writing, like channeling messages from them, or just speaking and channeling messages from them, and it doesn't have to be something that you necessarily share with people, though it can be. But also this could be something that you just kind of have within yourself and you just kind of hold in your heart. And so this is very cool. This is very interesting because you may definitely resonate with being either a light worker or a starseed, having this like longing and inner knowing that that there's more to life. You come from somewhere else. Like maybe you love Earth but you don't necessarily resonate with all of the humanness of it, the society, the expectations, and maybe you long for a place, I'm hearing like a home, where things are more balanced and aligned, and there's a lot of more unconditional love within the race, whether they be human or extraterrestrial, and people are more loving and understanding and caring, and things are kind of easier. Life is a lot easier. There's not so much strife and struggle. So you're definitely, I feel like now at this point, it's very interesting because now I feel like both of the groups that have come here that were kind of separate in the beginning are merging now. So it's like you're releasing the karma, you're ending the cycles over the course of these 3 to 6 months, but also activating like you're closing out a south node cycle and activating a north star cycle. So activating your destiny, embarking upon your destiny, and like what you came here essentially on a soul level to do and to be and to experience, and to how to help other people and help the planet. So let's dive into the Alchemy Elementals shamanic deck that I have and see. I want to dive into a little bit more of like these gifts, your soul itself, and because I felt like this group was very deep. It was very like, you may feel like you're an eccentric kind of person. You don't really like one of a kind. Like you don't really, it's not that you don't get along with everybody, but it's like you're not like you're not a yes man. You're not like everybody's friend. Like you're definitely unique to who you are, and you're true to who you are. And you know what, these are going to be, I'm going to have to fan these out because these cards are huge. So let's dive into deeper the souls of group number 3 and or these gifts that are unlocking for them, activating. All right, so the first one that we chose was land, tree, moon. So for a lot of you, this has been quite a process. There's been a lot of walking in the dark is what I'm hearing, like trusting your own intuition over the expectations of others, I'm hearing the plan that was set out for you by maybe family or what other people expected you to do or be. You've had to kind of walk in the dark and follow your inner light, trust your own intuition through this process of literally just life. And that hasn't always been easy. I'm getting like walking in the forest, dark at night, following the light of the moon, trusting your own intuition to get you to where you're going, where you want to be. And it hasn't always been easy. There may have been tree branches that you stumbled over or tripped over. There may have been wild animals that you encountered and you had to kind of fend off and fight for your life, I'm hearing. So this may have, I felt like there was a very, very deep energy with this group. So you may have been through it, you know, really, really dug into the trenches of your soul. And I'm getting like with your bare hands, digging out all of the, I'm hearing garbage and the stuff that you don't want to resonate with, you don't want to be. So maybe ending familial patterns, seeing ways that the people around you growing up were or still are, and recognizing at a young age, like, I don't want to be that way, I want to be differently, I am different. And then having to kind of undo, I'm seeing like a seam being undone and having to undo all of these patterns and let them kind of die out with this Nine of Swords energy, let them die out with you so that anyone that comes after you does not have to experience these things. So we have the sky, storm, moon, and this is very similar energy. It's kind of like moving out of that treachery, that dark forest, and kind of like more into an elevated path. And so that's over the next 3 to 6 months, is you're kind of lightening your load, lightening your energy, still following your intuition, kind of with this, is this water here? Yeah, with this water here, it's like very healing, like through you discovering who you are and these gifts and these connections to the divine, to the cosmos, to being able to help others heal. it is healing for you as well, because you're discovering these different facets of who you are, and that's exciting and that's fun, and it is a higher vibration, and it gets you kind of in this happier state, and that in itself is very healing for you. And then we have sky, lightning, star. So this is very interesting because this is like the 4 elements: water, earth, air, fire, all coming into balance, all coming together. So it's like I'm getting that there may be a lot of people that either are stepping into a role of being a spiritual leader, or if you are already in that role, taking this on an even deeper level. So it's like you being in a fully balanced state of mind, state of being, state of energy, balancing out the fire, the water, the air, and the earth within you, all of these elements, and being able to apply that into your life, being able to help other people through doing this, through being this, actually. So I want to do a message of healing, because there is a little bit of healing energy here for you, and then we will see what we're called to after that. So from the messages of the mermaids, the water healing spirits, what would they like to bring forth for group number 3? Okay, just this one. So we have innocence. Okay, so you're coming back over the next 3 to 6 months. You not only are you activating these gifts, going through a process of healing, releasing, helping others to heal, connecting with the divine, but you're coming back into your state of innocence, like your soul's state of being. So there's this heavy emphasis on you connecting in with your higher self, and being more like a pure energy. So when we're in these karmic cycles, we can see versions of ourselves that we don't necessarily like resonate with, and we're like, why do I feel that way? Why am I being that way? Why am I experiencing these emotions and these feelings? Like, I don't really feel like I resonate with that. Well, all that is just karmic cycles, whether that be passed on from your family, whether that be passed on from societal expectations, whether that be passed on from things that have you've encountered in the media and kind of have seeped into your consciousness. That's all just, you experience it because you're a transmuter of darkness, especially with this land tree moon energy. You are a transmuter of darkness. So you have the strength in your soul. You've done this in past lives. You've transmuted darkness into light. So now, because you've gone through and going through this period of transmutation, turning darkness within you, within the collective, into light, letting it go, releasing it, sending it love, you're now coming into this state of more innocence and pure divine energy, and kind of like being in the flow of with the universe, being in the flow of your higher self, very much being able to unlock downloads, inspirations, ideas directly from source energy, directly from your spirit guides, your higher self, to act upon as a creative outlet if you want to create something, or as a manifestational inspiration if you're looking to bring something into your life. These are all coming from a higher divine source because you're in this state of innocence. So let's dive into my deck, the nature deck that I have created, and see about, I don't know, I keep hearing activation. So something about what's going to come through here is going to serve as an activation or describe these activations that are coming online for you. We will see. So for group number 3, with this energy of activations, what are you wanting to tell them? And what are they ready to hear? Okay, I just heard a long time coming. So this may be something that you have, it's been a long process. We've got inspiration and with air, and then the seahorse with divine masculine. So there's much of a balancing out between your divine masculine energy and your divine feminine energy, as well as what confirmation on the air with what we were just talking about with these inspirations, these ideas, these creative pursuits coming through for you, and that is from your higher self. And like I said, you will be in this state of flow. You will be in this state of alignment with your higher self and the divine. So any kind of ideas on hobbies, projects, creations, ventures, business pursuits is definitely aligned with your soul that may arise over the next 3 to 6 months. And it is inspired by your higher self, the divine, creator, God, source energy, your spirit guides, your angels. And there's something about friendship here as well. So there may be, and this was kind of a collective theme coming through with all the groups. So maybe as you are embarking upon the next 3 to 6 months, you're having a lot of divine connections coming in for you. And you're kind of, like we did say from the beginning, maybe some of you have been experiencing cyclical patterns of like meeting new people, but they're like the same kind of person that you dealt with in the past, same kind of energy, same kind of situations, and you're past that, you're over it, you've learned the lesson, you've closed the cycle out. Definitely getting that from the sky lightning star, close the cycle out. And now you're ready for these divine connections and friendships and relationships and partnerships to come in for you. So let's close out your reading with one card, or however I guess many they want to come through from your angels. Kind of as just like an encouraging and loving message for you as you move forward. If you were called to another group, I recommend watching it. I don't know why they're having me say that, but because of the friendship card, I'm not called to dive into that energy too much, but if you were called to another group, then definitely, if your intuition is guiding you there, that is confirmation for you to maybe check it out if you feel called. And to end this, we have learned something new. How very interesting. So you are learning something new, but instead of and you could learn something new, because even if we have something from a past life that we've done and we've experienced and it feels very familiar in this lifetime and maybe we pick it up easily, we still technically kind of have to learn it. We have to relearn it. We have to rediscover it. So this is major confirmation that as you move forward, you're going to be helping other people through whatever this new thing or things, because it could be more than one thing for some of you. You could want to learn tarot. You could want to learn Reiki. You could want to create art. You could want to create music. There's so many different things that it doesn't have to just be one, but you are kind of learning something new about in the physical, but also about yourself. So you're learning this new facet of who you are, this new I'm getting shining a light on yourself. So seeing yourself in a different light is what they're trying to say. So you're learning something new about yourself through the process of seeing yourself in a different light. And that is done through experiencing these things that you hold in your soul. You hold the knowledge, you hold the wisdom of how to do these things or how to embody them. And so now it's just time to kind of act upon it and move toward it with the 9 of Wands energy here. To move toward it and to let go of the past and to allow the past be the past, because you're definitely encouraged to step out of that South Node energy and into your destiny, your North Star energy. So that is what I have for you. I feel like this is a pivotal point in your destiny itself, these next 3 to 6 months. So it's very important that they're telling me it's very important that you keep your mind clear, cleansed, positive, but not in a toxically positive state. Allow yourself to feel your feelings, but remember who you are, who you truly are. Remember that any negative emotions you may feel or thinking patterns you may experience are not your true divine nature. So if it comes up to be released, to be let go of, to be acknowledged, and then released and let go of, and to be loved through the process of doing that. So it is very important that you tried your best to keep a high vibration during this time, but not in a toxic way of forcing it, like I just stated. Because this is a pivotal point in your destiny, and so timelines are not set in stone always. We can influence them by the actions, the thoughts, the words of our free will. So they want you to get to this point of being in the 10 of Cups energy, in your complete total bliss, happiness, and contentment for life, being fulfilled. But if you are constantly giving into the South Node energy, to addictions, to the karmic cycles, to the bad habits, to whatever it is that you're being called to let go of, then this timeline may be extended out a little bit longer. But I know, I can feel that you want to be in this 10 of Cups energy. You want to be in this beautiful, pink, rosy, self-loving, abundant, free, happy, joyful place. And so just keep in mind, I'm hearing what's at stake. So I don't mean to make it so dramatic or sound so intense, but what is at stake is your happiness. So as you move forward, just keep that in mind. Keep this reading in mind. I am definitely rooting for you, and I know that you can do this. I feel like you've gotten through the worst of it, and you're coming out of the tunnel towards the light. So thank you very much, group number 3, not only for being here for this reading, but also for all of the inner work that you have been doing within yourself, which sends ripples out into humanity, which sends ripples out into the planet, and sends ripples out into the cosmos and all the other planets and star systems. So essentially, you're kind of healing the whole universe in a way. It's a very big, huge, important role that you have here on Earth, and I'm so grateful that you're still here. I'm hearing that you're still kicking, and that you haven't given up. So if anything, let this message serve as a inspiration, an encouraging, loving sign to keep moving forward, and that there are brighter days on the horizon for you, I'm hearing. So thank you very much, group number 3. Your energy is very beautiful, calming, healing, peaceful, but also deep, very soul deep, very ancient, very wise, very kind. And so I want to thank you for being here again with me. And yeah, if this resonated and you aren't subscribed already, feel free to subscribe and or comment your anything you want to share below. I am Carissa. This is Cosmic Connections, and you will see me in the next one. Goodbye.